Hello and welcome once again to Quick Shot Reviews. I'm your host Luke, and you are the Cheap Shot Nation, and I'm hoping you've already clicked that subscribe button and, of course, like the video if you do by the end of it. So, Quick Shot Reviews is a dedicated movie channel of the Cheap Shot Entertainment Network of channels, and it basically involves me rambling for 10 minutes about the films that I go and see because I've got a prepaid cinema card, so I can actually go and watch multiple films a week if I want to. Sadly, we're in September and it doesn't seem to be a heck of a lot on in terms of good movies that I actually want to go and see, but my cinema card is coming to an end very soon, so I'm going to try and get as many films in as I possibly can. And there might be a few odd bits here and there from Netflix. We've already done Day Shift and other things from there as well. Including actually we've done Prey, which is Disney Plus. Anyway, today's movie is the A24 Studios release of Bodies, 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 and it is being dubbed as the Generation Z Scream. I have so many problems with that, it's unbelievable, but I'll get to those in the main part of the video. Basically, as I always say, there's lots of people that will say, no, don't go and see this movie. Yes, go and see this movie. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm exactly the same. But what I will always say to you is, if you want to go and see a film, go and see the film. And it's as simple as that. Give your time and effort to the cinemas because they are the things that keep us in movies all the time. Without them, the film industry wouldn't exist. And without further ado, we're going to go into the main part of the video, so please join us there. You can hear all of my ramblings and my thoughts on the film Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Now, straight off the bat, something I can say that's very good about this film is the fact that the runtime is an hour and a half. That's okay in my book. That's how long a film needs, especially when it's being dubbed the Generation Z Scream. But my question is, why do we need a Generation Z Scream? This is definitely not as funny or as woke as it thinks it is. Whereas Scream was a brilliant satire and it was brutal from start to finish. This is definitely not that. But we're going to go through the synopsis. A group of rich 20-somethings plan a hurricane party, because, yeah, at a remote family mansion. A party game turns deadly in this fresh and funny look at backstabbing fake friends and one party gone very wrong. Even in the synopsis, it's... I wish I'd have read that before I'd gone. That might have turned me off it. But, cast-wise, they do a reasonable job with what they've got. The script is not great, I'll be honest. Shooting wise, decent. It's not, I mean, why would you host a hurricane party for a start, knowing that you're going to be trapped in a house, with no way of getting out? It's dumb, beyond horror movie dumb. I want to say something that is definitely not dumb are the actors and actresses within. Some of them really are, but they do what they can with the characters. And you can tell really that they're not fully... Some of them are fully into it, some of them are not. and it gets a bit wild in the direction, shall we say. We've got Amanda Stenberg playing Sophie, Maria Bakalova playing Bea, Rachel Sennott playing Alice, Chase Sui Wonders playing Emma, Pete Davidson playing David, Mahala Harold playing Jordan, Lee Pace playing Craig, and Connor O'Malley playing Max. They are all of your main characters, maybe all of them. Director is Helena Regin, and the writers are Sarah Delap and Kristen Repenian. Yeah, like I say, it's one of those films that gives a lot away, and yeah, got mixed feelings. Like I say, it's not great, it's not terrible. There are certainly parts that are really, really boring, and the poor execution is, on show for all to see. That being said, something that I don't agree with a lot of the reviewers on is the ending, which I'm obviously not going to spoil. I thought that was quite funny. It's take on modern rich American rich super babe things. Yeah, millionaire babies, basically. We've got so much money we don't need to care, that kind of thing. And it is not funny, really, at all. It's my opinion that this is the worst A24 release, and I believe I do share that with a lot of people. And it's not a slasher. I went in thinking this was going to be a slasher based on the trailer, and it's not. And it's a lot less clever than it thinks it is. You can add all these things that are modern and woke now into a film. It doesn't make the film good. The first victim of that I saw in the cinema was 2019's Black Christmas. And again, I hate to say this, but this is all, it's female power and all that kind of stuff, which is great. Have a look at Where the Crawdads Sing. Really, really good film. Really good film. This is not. This is perhaps one of the worst films I've seen for a long time. I'm a big horror movie fan, and this could have been the moment. This could have actually been Generation Z Scream. It could have been that. It could have taken all the horror movie tropes that we get from all the modern horror movies and made it funny, but also made it shocking as well. There are some shocking bits in it. My biggest problem with this is that, like a lot of horror movies, unless it's an 18 rated film, which no one wants now because no one gets to go and see it, they don't get the big audiences, they only get the horror movie audiences. I get that. But when a lot of the killing, a lot of the murders, as it were, happen off screen, there's something in my book that's not quite right about that. Because you want to be able to see them. If it's a murder mystery, how do you know they're not just covered themselves in ketchup or corn syrup, as it were? Again, reference to Scream. And they're lying at the bottom of the stairs. You only actually see one of them get murdered. And and it's a good scene. I quite liked that scene in itself, and like I say, it's not as clever as it thinks it is. It's trying so hard that it tries too hard to be clever, and it's just not. This one is definitely not for me. If you want to see a film, a good film that is based on the perception of playing a child's game, like this one's called Bodies, 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 or Murder in the Dark, like I used to play when I was younger, then look no further. A great film called Ready or Not, where they play hide and seek, and that is a good film. It's well presented, it's got a good story. I actually care about the characters, and like I say, that is one of the biggest problems about this film. There's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing apart from the fact that they're rich and they don't care. So therefore I don't care about them getting killed. I know that's part of the trope, but like, I just don't care. And none of the characters are explained, none of them have got a backstory, none of them are fleshed out. Like I say, there's no reason or rhyme to what's happening or why they're doing it. It just happens for an hour and a half. And yeah, apart from the ending, which saved it a couple of points in my book, this is not a good film. But as I always say, if you want to go and see this film, go and see the film. Don't take my word for it. You may find that it's actually really, really good. Same on the other side. If you don't want to go and see the film, don't feel like you have to because you're a horror fan or whatever. It's entirely up to you. That is free choice. And it's your free choice to watch this channel, listen to this podcast. So I thank you very, very much for doing so. And you know what to do. You can like, subscribe, join us on social media, on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. And I will say thank you once again and join us next week for more movie madness from Quick Shot Reviews. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.